If you're having trouble with mathematics, numbers getting problematic, don't you panic. Check MathWiz, the best math tutor on the planet. From fraction to algebra, simple maths, add up some trigonometry into that. Learning math is fun with MathWiz, and that's a fact. We're rooting for you.
Hey there, welcome back to Factorization Academy. I hope if this is your first time that you're going to enjoy today's video. If you're new here, let me just explain. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about the prerequisite topics that are needed to do these past papers. Today we're looking at the factorization questions, and specifically those that we would call here at Factorization Academy type 1, which, you know, really and truly, if you go to school, it's the one where you use the highest common factor. So if it is that you have a problem finding the highest common factor, we would suggest you go ahead and watch the video using the link that is appearing right now. Then you also want to fix up your algebra in terms of like multiplying and dividing, you know, your numbers and your letters, just to ensure that all of that is covered. Again, if you're having a problem, you can go ahead and click the link. And then the last thing I believe you would need before you're able to attempt these questions confidently would be our factorization video. As I said, here at Factorization Academy, I've split it up into type 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is what I would consider type 1, which is using the highest common factor. So provided you have gone through all those things and you've mastered it and you are good to go, then I do believe you are ready for today's lesson. For those persons who are returning, welcome back. So the first question we will be attempting is January 2021. And this is question 2A. So it reads 12n squared minus 4mn. Right? So just going to briefly do it in terms of how we teach it here at Factorization Academy. So the HCF of 12 and 4 is 4. The HCF of n squared and n. So the first thing you do is to find the highest common factor of all the numbers and the letters, right? Would be n. And the highest common factor when we have no m, maybe that's not going to look, sorry, put some space. So no m and 1m is we put no m's on the outside, right? So that's how we do it. So it's only if it's common, then we put it on the outside, right? So on the outside, I'm going to have the highest common factor, which is just going to be 4n. Now, according to how we teach it here at Factorization Academy, you're going to take the first term, which would be your 12n squared, and we are going to divide it by the highest common factor that we found, which is 4n. Now 12n squared is just 12 times n, and 4n is just 4 times n. Alright, so 4 into 12 would go 3 times. The n's cancel, so what's left over is 3n. So that's what we put in the bracket. The minus that was originally here is going to remain. We are then going to take the second term, which is the 4mn, and also divide it by the highest common factor. So 4mn is just 4 times m times n, and 4n is just 4 times n. So the 4's cancel, the n's cancel. So all we're left with is the m, and that is what goes in the bracket, right? So your answer for this question would be 4n open bracket 3n minus n. All right, awesome. So if it is that was a little bit fast for you, I would suggest you go ahead and watch our video in terms of learning it. And then once you know the MathWiz method, this is going to become so simple. Of course, you can pause the video, take your time, master it, and then you can always pause it before moving on to the next question. All right, so the next one we're going to move on to is May 2017, and this is question 2AI, and it reads 6y squared minus 18 xy. All right, so the first thing we do is to find the highest common factor of the numbers and letters. So the highest common factor of 6 and 18 is 6. Of no x's, and the x, since it's not common to both, we won't be putting any x's on the outside. And then y squared and y, the highest common factor is y. So on the outside, we are just going to put 6. Oops, sorry, 6y. All right, so then we're going to take the first term, which is our 6y squared, and put it over the highest common factor. So it's going to be 6 times y over 6 times y. So the 6's cancel, the y's cancel. So what's left over is y. The minus that was originally there, we put it back. Then for 18xy over 6y, this is going to be 18 times x times y over 6 times y. Right, so 6 into 18 goes 3. The y's cancel. So what's left over is 3x. So your answer would be 6y, open bracket, y minus 3x. All right, so I do believe we can do one more question for this video. So let's go ahead. So we are going to next move on to May 2013. All right, so we put similar questions together so that you can almost like catch a rhythm. All right, so there is some method to the questions that we choose to do in a particular video. All right, so this is May 2013, and this is question 2A, part I. All right, so we have 2x cubed minus 8x. All right, so the highest common factor of 2 and 8 is going to be 2. The highest common factor of x cubed and x is going to be x. All right, so we are literally going to have 2x on the outside as the highest common factor. Then we're going to take the first one, which is a 2x cubed, and put it over 2x. So this is going to be 2 times x times x times x over 2 times x. So the 2's cancel, the x's cancel, and what is left over is x times x, which is x squared. The minus stays. Then we take the second term, which is going to be 8x over 2x, which is 8 times x over 2 times x. So 2 into 8 goes 4 times, and the x is cancelled. So what's left over is 4. Now, I mean, based on the method that we're doing, that question could stop here, but however, it could go a little further. And so at this point, I would ask you, so for answer, I mean, not the best answer, but just for the purpose of us doing type 1, this is where we would stop. However, you can go ahead and watch our video on the difference of two squares, because some persons may notice that this is the difference of two squares. right? So the best answer, as I said, if you're not comfortable, you can just go ahead and click on that link and watch the video so that you can understand what's happening. So essentially, this would become x squared minus 2 squared. And we know that the difference of 2 squares says we're going to express this as x plus 2, x minus 2. All right, everyone. So I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I do hope that you will share with your friends, comment below, subscribe, like, and all of the above. Until then, at Mathways Academy, I'm always telling you that I'm right there with you. I am supporting you. I believe in you. And until next time, I will continue to root for you. So see you in the next video.